Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. My name is Dario, and today we're going to talk about my new project. Now, it has been about from the DC Cyborg that I didn't start with the new project, but well, here it is, and in collaboration with Cooler Master, with Gigabyte, with INSTAR Informatica, I'm going to do something pretty cool. And yeah, we got some special cables from CableMod, so all of this in one build. And well, guess what, it's not going to be a water-cooled build. Why? Well, I wanted to go with something different, but we're going to talk about after the intro, so stay tuned and we'll see what it's going to be about. Now, the base name of the project is going to be Project Fusion, and basically just because of Gigabyte's RGB Fusion. And yeah, you guessed it right, it's going to be based on the RGB. So why did I decide to go with that? Well, for now I have used all the water cooling kits, and it was mainly just one or two, three colors tops, and this time I wanted to go with something when person can actually change the colors and decide what color the whole build and eventually the whole setup would look like. Now let me introduce the components and everything I have for this project. Now this here is the Cooler Master MasterCase Pro 5, including with the Cooler Master V550 watts power supply. And thanks to CableMod, I'm going to have a nice, let's say, monographic cables that are really cool and are really something special. Now here we have the custom sleeved cables directly from the power supply, and these ones are Pro version. Now, why are they Pro? It's very simple, they already have the cable coms on them, and for this particular build I have decided to go with the black, silver, white and black combination. It's actually, all of them are almost like that. As you can see, this is two-way SATA connection for the HDD and the SSD. You have the one for, well, these are really long cables because, well, the bigger the case, the longer the cables, right? This is the 8-pin 4+4 pin for the CPU on the motherboard. You also have here the graphic card, and I already shown you the 24 pin, and you have the SATA custom sleeved for the data connection from the SSD and HDD to your motherboard. Now these are the cables, but let's go to the other thing from Cooler Master. Now here we have the RGB LED controller for your fans, for your LED strips as well. Here we have 6-pack fans, which are Cooler Master MasterFan Air Balance Pro 120 millimeters, and they're going to be really sick because if you noticed, I have made the video especially for these fans. I'll put the link below so you could check it out, guys, if you still didn't. You can control everything with this small thingy here, and you don't even have to have a special connector on your motherboard for the RGB Fusion. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next thing. Now it's a small thing, it's HDD 1TB Seagate Barracuda, and that's it for the hard drive. The SSD and the RAM sticks are still in the procedure of getting to, I don't know, acquire them or something like that. And that's about it for this stuff. Now let's go a bit further, and something else I forgot to mention from the CableMod. Since it's RGB, these are 5 LED strips that support RGB Fusion from Gigabyte, and they're going to be nicely, subtly placed in the case, so you won't see all those lights killing your eyes and I don't know what else. So there are 30 centimeters RGB UV hybrid. They are specially designed for the RGB Fusion, as I said, for Gigabyte. And well, how I'm going to place them. Firstly, one is going here and one is going on the other side, on top, two LEDs. On front you'll have two here and one here somewhere below. I'm trying to accomplish something that I'm going to play with plexiglass, and here on the case there is going to be a tempered glass because I'm going to remove the side panel completely and put a special tempered glass just designed for this case. Something I haven't done before on my previous builds, changing plexi to tempered glass. Let's go next. Since I mentioned that I'm not going to go with water cooling, I had to acquire myself a cool air cooler for the CPU. Here we have the Gigabyte AORUS CPU cooler, the ATC700. Now this one is a really massive cooler, and I think I already posted a few photos on my Instagram profile and on forums. Of course, links are below. This one is acquired from Computer Universe. They are the only one in Europe that actually had this one, but it looks really cool. And guess what, it supports RGB Fusion. Right here on the top, the AORUS logo lights up as you wish. Okay, now since it is the AORUS Gigabyte logo, and I decided to not only, you know, place the RGB lights and LED strips and that kind of stuff on the case, I decided to make out of plexiglass something that associates with the, well, you can't see it because it's clear, but here you go, the AORUS logo, which is going to be carved in here in front, and it's going to be brushed plexi. I'm also going to do a video with Dremel, so you'll see how to brush your plexi so it doesn't get a clear look. It has the brushed design, let's say, like that. I'm going to cut out the piece here in front of the case, so it's going to have nicely Cooler Master logo and the Gigabyte AORUS logo with this plexi. Of course, it is no point for me to show you this special because it's see-through and you practically barely see it on the camera. But let's go to the main components. Now here we have the Intel Core i5-7500 processor, and it's going to be more like a budget mode build. It's not going to be anything extreme, unfortunately. Maybe next time, we'll see. But for now we're going with something very medium ranged, and well, it's easier to I don't know, do something with it. It's not because extreme components are hard to assemble or something like that, but I'm going with the simple stuff this time. Next thing, and the processor which is going to be supported on, it's the Gigabyte H270-Gaming 3 motherboard, which I did a review way back. This one is going to be very cool. It supports RGB Fusion. You can connect anything, and apart talking about the LED strips, and it has on your motherboard, it has the RAM slots also light up. You have a special LED part on the motherboard that also lights up in coordination with the colors. Depends on how you actually manage it in your software. So here we have all of this, and what's the graphic card, right? Well, since we're talking about Gigabyte, here we have the Gigabyte AORUS GeForce GTX 1060 RGB edition, 6 GB of VRAM. Now this has the RGB Fusion, of course, because it has to go all together. It has WindForce fans, it has it's an OC edition as well, and it has 6 GB of GDDR5. And all of that in one build is going to be very sick, and I hope you guys will love it. Now in the description you have all these components, where you can find them, where you can buy them, if you wish to acquire it for your PC, and how, I don't know, Also, I'm going to put the links for work logs, where I'm going to constantly be updating about the progress of the build. And of course I'll do another video as usual for the, let's say, vlog or something like that for this Project Fusion. At the end you'll see the time-lapse video of me completing the build as it is in its final state, and well, that would be it. So guys, thank you for watching. It was a long time since I did something with the custom build, and the reason why, well, it's not any excuse, but as you can see, I have here the Cooler Master MasterCase H500P, which I was doing, and you also have a few videos back the time-lapse video of that build, so if you wish, check it out. Thank you guys, and comment below on your thoughts about the components and how everything will look, and what are your opinions on it. Thank you for watching, and see you very soon. Bye bye guys.